Hey guys, Canuck here. Welcome to another course critique. And today we're going to take a look at Oregon Preserve Golf Club. This is from a user named Floodwatch, who is my newest hardcore designer member over on my YouTube channel. If becoming a member of my channel is something you're interested in, take a look at that join link right next to the subscribe button and see if that's something you're interested in. So what's kind of cool about this critique here is the designer's done a lot and helped me out here, and he's given me a nice little course tour, course overview. So as we're kind of playing the course, we're going to take a look, and he gives me a nice description of each hole, and we'll play through it and try to give him some suggestions and advice where we need. And yeah, I think this should be a good one today. So a little description about Oregon Preserve. In his words, it says, Oregon Preserve Golf Club offers a true Northwestern U.S. golf experience unlike any other. Rugged forest, rocky landscape, and a spring-fed lake lay the foundation for this nearly 6,700-yard par 72 track. That's a little short, but that's fine. I like shorter tracks. While this 18-hole layout is relatively short from any tee, it demands proper attention to course management. Failure to navigate this layout will result in players finding hazards, bad approach angles, and treacherous putts. Any golfer that minds their club choice and employs precision off the tee and into the greens will find birdie opportunities abundant. Enjoy this picturesque course. Enjoy Oregon Preserve. Love it. All right, let's jump right in. So, the par 4 first hole. Description says, the opening hole at Oregon Preserve is a short par 4 with a dogleg left. A precise hybrid off or fairway wood off the tee will be required to avoid the fairway bunker, but daring players may challenge the pond with driver. A wedge into this 3-tiered green gives players a chance at an opening birdie. Okay. So, let's take a look. We do have a nice short little 313-yard. I don't know if I would want to go for that, but this seems like a definite kind of layup hole. I would say just kind of compared to the fairway, this is quite a large bunker. So again, this is a real common thing that I see from a lot of newer designers. It's sizing of bunkers. That bunker compared to the general width of the fairway is a big mismatch, I think. I think that bunker needs to be about 50% smaller, maybe more. I'm not a personal fan of kind of how it leaks into the fairway like this, how we've got a nice little layer of rough and then all of a sudden it's gone. I just think that's a little bit, it's just a little bit inconsistent for me, so I'm not a huge fan of that. Also, these bunkers seem pretty, well, no, actually they're sculpted okay. They just seem, the bigger they are, the harder it is to sculpt. So they kind of seem flat the larger they are, so. Just something to be careful. Nice look off the tee. Looks like we've kind of got a nice little boreal, few little kind of nice little ash trees or maple trees or whatever they're sprinkled in for, I guess, a little bit of color. They do stand out. All right, let's hit our first shot. We are going to take a 3-wood like the designer says, a little fairway wood. And we've got the corner pretty nicely. Should leave us a little wedge shot in to a 3-tiered green. Okay. Yeah, green looks pretty good. Nice little planting here on the side for sure. You can definitely tell you put some effort into that. I don't know, maybe a little bit out of place just compared to the planting on the rest of the hole. And then this big dead tree right beside the green isn't great, but again, the planting's kind of a personal preference thing for me. You can take or leave my advice on planting, that's for sure. Again, a lot of what I say, is just personal preference. I'm trying to focus as much as I can on the guts and the mechanics of the course. So, but I will point out things I personally am not a fan of, but that doesn't necessarily mean it's wrong. And there's a nice little opening birdie to kick things off. I don't mind it. Nice little, I like the strategy there on that short little par 4. The second hole, par 4 at 444 yards, is the longest par 4 on the course. Wow. Okay. For me, that would be like a mid-length par 4, but hey, that's fine. Offers the widest fairway. Only concern off the tee is a large fairway bunker. Well, a green side bunker, water, and rock guard the large green. Don't let the waterfall distract you. You'll need to avoid a pulled approach shot to stay safe. Okay, so yeah, we'll talk about that waterfall. Again, similar issue with this bunker on 1. It's too big. It leaks into the sand, and it's very flat. Tee shot is nice. I'd say your cart path needs a little bit of work. It's just a little bit kind of humpy and bumpy, but I kind of like how it ends kind of halfway there. It more mimics like kind of a real life cart path. Not every cart path on every course goes all the way through the hole, so I'm good with that. All right, let's let her fly. We hit it a bit fast, but he says it is a wide fairway. Let's see if we can hold on to it. I don't think we can. Nope, we're going to enter the heavy rough. We enter, probably, I would guess, is probably his signature hole here. This, we're going to take a closer look at this waterfall, because I'm sure people want to see the waterfall. We're going to take a, okay, I see. From back here, it looks great. Back here, it looks really, really good, and really that's all that matters. You know, the rocks go up to a certain point. I would have kind of even extended them a little bit further. How they just kind of stop here doesn't really make sense. And as you can see, it's really messy with the these little water planes. So I would have again just brought this up a bit. Okay, so just to hide the fact that this plane is here. Yeah, I'm gonna dig this deep. Okay, and same with this rushing water is obviously floating. You want to bring that down right to the level as possible. That's really nitpicky, guys, because I mean, from here, you don't notice that really. It looks good from here, but again, if you want a technically sound waterfall, those are some things you have to keep in mind. The planting is really good here. Green's okay. It's pretty large, considering I'm only going to have a wedge shot in, as it seems to be the case for a lot of the par 4s on this course. It looks like this is the longest one, and I only have a wedge in. I mean, maybe this course is built for a little bit slower. I'm using the Bridgestone driver, so it goes the furthest. So yeah, I mean, longest par 4 on the course, but I wouldn't say play is particularly difficult. Oh, look at this putt. Beautiful. All right, good start. Planting here is, again, something I would have cleaned up a little bit. Oh, we got the highlights on. I forgot. We'll just skip that here. We got critiquing to do. All right, we're heading on to the par 3, third hole. 207 yards. The longest par 4 is followed up by the longest par 3 as players cross the streamy waterfall and shoot at the shallow green. Having your tee shot hold the putting surface is a challenge that most must be overcome to card a 2. Okay, so it looks like this is going back over the waterfall. All right. So it looks like, I mean, this is going to be, again, something nitpicky. How am I getting over this green? I guess I have to go back here and then cross the second hole. Seems interesting, but whatever. That's, again, super minor. The rock work here isn't bad. I would have mixed in some maybe smaller rocks, but he's done a good job with size, shape, and rotation, but it looks a little bit... I would have maybe added some plants in there too, just like in the cracks. I think that would have really helped in terms of effectiveness. But no, it's a nice little dramatic par 3. Fairly simple. We're just hitting to basically a green site. I don't know, maybe a bunker here. And then again, I would have cleaned this area up with some heavy rough too. Overall, not a bad hole here. Dramatic par 3. Oh, that's a slow swing. Little bit long, but that's fine. Okay, flop it on. Weird camera angle there. Take it. There's the close-up view. You can kind of start to see the waterfall floating a bit up here. Something, again, with waterfalls you're going to want to avoid. I do have a waterfall tutorial coming. I just have to get around to making it. Soon, I hope. It's been busy with other things lately. All right, on to the fourth hole. The introductory par 5 requires length off the tee if the player wants to avoid having to hit a draw on their second shot, as trees lining the left side of the hole will prohibit and leftward drives from reaching the green in 2. Beware the very long 2-tier green. If you find yourself on the wrong tier, a 3-putt is in play. All right, so again, we're going to say it again, that bunker. Too big, too flat. Seems to be in the same place all the time. I think this planting is probably a little bit too close to... These just seem like auto-generated trees that were kind of not... nothing was done with them. A lot of auto-generated planting here, I'm noticing. I know he's thrown in a few of the orangey trees, but... You know, I think once you've got a few courses under your belt, then start to experiment with the planting. You'll start putting more and more in yourself. So, sightline's pretty good off the tee here. We're just going to try to aim left and have it come back, but we hit a fast, so we're going to be in some trouble here. So we found the rough, but we might have a gap here. Like we do. Oh, wow. Really deep green. Let's go take a closer look at that. All right. Again, this is a gigantic green. How deep is this green? That's 122. Wow. That's like a 70-yard green. That's extensive. But this is a par 5. Oh, wait, right. I'm like, is this my second shot? Sorry, I forgot I hit that horrible drive. My third shot. I was like, why do I have a wedge into a par 5? Can't count, cannot count. Birdie putt. Definitely a gentler kind of course. Oh, breaks away at the end. All right, we're in. As we move to the 5th. Players may find this tee shot difficult to hold the fairway with drivers, so slight fade is ideal. Again, I like that. A relatively straightforward approach shot will guide players to a difficult green that will reject any shots and putts that are too far off the mark. So we do have a pretty significant dog leg. I don't mind it. It's not a 90-degree dog leg, thankfully. But it's pretty much going to force me to hit a 3-wood. I don't see in any option where I would try to hit driver here. It's just the fairway's too narrow at the back, so this is pretty much just forcing a 3-wood. Now that could be tricky depending on the wind. If you've got a big headwind, and if you don't hit the right club, you're going to be jailed there. And on a short par 4, okay, relatively simple green complex. I do like the planting's not bad at the back. Not too bad. I'm having trouble with the fast tonight. Okay. Screen's okay. Pretty heavily sloping from back to front. Oh, that's got to sit down. No, that's not a very good shot at all. Get in there. Oh, well, we're going to take a bogey. I don't play as well when I critique. I'm more focusing on the actual course than my play. 2 birdies, 2 bogeys. As we head to the 6th, the shortest hole in the course may be an easier green in regulation, but a spine along the middle of the green will leave a nasty putt for players without precision. I like how the cart path kind of comes up like this. Oh, there it is. I don't know, I'm a big fan of this tee shot here. Looks nice. Okay. I mean, another pretty straightforward par 3. It's almost like a short version of the 3rd hole. I kind of like how the creek runs through the property here. I guess it's a creek. Not a bad little hole here. Perfect swing. Try to stay away from that little spine he mentioned. Okay, it's at the back. We're on the right side of the green. See how this is. How it is this. Go in, go in, go in, go in, go in. No, not quite. Gap in par. Okay, hole. Yeah, I think this designer can just be a little more adventurous in the planting. I think the planting itself is very basic, but get started with the tools first. Now, so far, I feel like he's done a pretty good job. Par 4 7th is the first hole at Oregon Preserve to offer players freedom to make their first risk-reward decision. The safe play is to take out a long iron or hybrid, leaving a full wedge or short iron in. In the right conditions, longer players may choose to carry the pond, leaving themselves an opportunity to use the slope of the green to get close. Okay, I see what's going on here. All right. Ah, well, I'm going for it because I've got the club. Yeah, I don't mind this. And again, something nitpicky to think of. If this were a real life course, how are people just trudging through the bushes to get to this side? I don't know. Minor things, but those little details separate the good designers from the great designers, kind of thing. So, and bunkers, there aren't a ton on this course, but I am just noticing generally they are far too big. Oh, look at that moose in the background. See that guy? Majestic. All right, so we've got a little pitch shot in. Looks like a very severely sloping green, but I think we're going to get away from that as pin is not up there. Good little shot here. Sit. Oh. Put any spin on it, or enough spin. Tricky putt. Fair putt, though. Ooh. I like the layout. I don't mind a shorter, almost more realistic yardage, I think. I think a lot of the new designers tend to just... They try, like, playing these 76, 7,700 yard courses get to be a bore. So it's refreshing to play a shorter course like this. Is it a bit too short? Maybe. But yeah. Okay, I already see some issues on 8 here. Find the fairway is a must if players want a birdie chance on the par 4 8th. Long players may be tempted. See, I got bunkers on my mind. You know what's coming. May be tempted to play a slice with the driver around the large fairway bunker. Beware the shallow green. Any players that don't give the hole the respect it deserves may find themselves walking away with a big number on the card. So yes, bunker is gigantic. And again, kind of cutting in. I feel like that's just killing the look of this course. These bunkers, I just not a big fan of. And then this fairway gets really narrow. A little bit maybe over kind of any sharp little curves in there. I love a squiggly fairway, but maybe not to that extent. I guess I'm just going to hit a layup here. Could have been adventurous, but oh, and I just hit a lazy little 4-iron. That's going to get me in huge trouble. Oh, I might have got a shot here. I think I do. Okay, nice little thing at the back here. So again, if you look at this green, you could fit how many greens inside that bunker on a short par 4? I just feel like that doesn't quite mesh with the overall feel of this course. So I think bunker sizing definitely something the designer's going to have to take a look at with their next course. Oh, look at this. Going. Oh! How'd I do roll off? We're okay, though. That would have been something. Come on, come on, come on. No. Retaining wall at the back, I didn't really comment on that, but it looks okay from the back. Okay, we move on. Hole 9, very similar to the par 5 4th. Ooh, what do you mean similar? Okay, we don't want it too similar. The last hole in the front 9 on the par 5 is asking players to avoid a miss to the left. Longer drives in the fairway will allow players to reach in 2. But note there is water left, sand short and right, and a crown on the back of the green to give overly confident players trouble. Ooh, okay. So again, another short par 5, but again, it's into the wind. Cart path, pretty messy. Definitely needs to be straightened out a bit. Yeah, okay. Kind of straight on. Straight on par 5 that I can't hit a fairway on. Yeah, just a lot of the auto-generated planting. I can just, yeah, it just doesn't look overly great. Again, bunker too big. In these parts, it definitely looks better. Oh, there's another moose friend. Here. But yeah, I would say like for new designers, when they do want to start tackling kind of doing their own planting a little bit more, in terms of the trees, like see that tree is way too close to the fairway. Have a tree line established, especially on courses like this. You kind of want a tree line. I don't know. I think it just, it doesn't look as messy. It's almost like the course designers like forgot to like cut down some trees or something. Again, a nitpicky aesthetic thing. Planting here, like the planting along the water, which I've decided to take a closer look at by going into. Whoa, where am I getting dropped? I'm just gonna drop right back here. Like I said, the planting around the water is strongest for sure. That should be a little bit better. There we go. Tap in for my bogey. All right. I think if I were really trying, I would probably blitz this course pretty good, or a lot of people would. But yeah, this is kind of nice, kind of relaxing, kind of round, nice and short. Hole 10, welcoming you to the back 9, is a nerve-wracking tee shot on this par 4. Players can give themselves a larger landing zone by choosing hybrid or long iron off the tee, but brash golfers will choose to hit driver and risk playing from the sand or losing a ball to the lake. Be sure to play the green slope to your advantage, but stay away from the false front. Okay, I like the angle here on this hole. The angle off the drive. Fairway a bit narrow, I would say. This course definitely takes driver out of your bag quite a bit. Again, there's those bunkers. I think that's definitely the biggest weakness to this course. Planting along the lake is a little bit basic, and I'm going to be in it again. Considering the planting he's done around the ponds, I think more could have been done around this large lake. All right, well, we're hitting 3 off the tee. We might as well just try to hit driver. And now we're going to be in this bunker. We are. Yes, not much has been done to this bunker. Sculpting is definitely something you need to work on. But then again, pretty significant planting done in here. So I think just inconsistent in where the aesthetics were done. If you go hard in one place and not in other places that you feel you need to, it's almost as bad as not planting at all. I'm gonna donate another ball to the lake here. Ah, boy. Terrible golfing here. Triple bogey. Yeah. Yeah. Maybe I should focus on the golf a little bit. All right, 11. Par 4, 390 yards. Players must face an uncomfortable tee shot on the short par 4 11th. Trouble off the tee often lays to trouble around the green, as a small sloped green with a sandy collar makes par a surprisingly difficult to score. So, I don't mind this shot off the tee. There's a little waterfall. Okay, I think I can hit driver and be pretty safe with this wind. And again, bunker, too flat, kind of cutting into the fairway and too large. Okay, another little waterfall. Again, great rock work here, and then just kind of empty up at the top. I don't know, I feel like that's an odd look. Just some inconsistencies all around in terms of the planting. The green got really small all of a sudden. So, I mean, I know courses have huge greens and small greens, but I mean, I will go back to that first par 5 that had like a 70, 80 yard deep green, and then we've got this thing. A bit jarring in terms of difference. Ooh, just found the bunker. Little flop out. Yeah. Okay. We're in. Okay, hole. Hole 12. The green at 12 may not look threatening at first glance, but think again. This may be the most difficult birdie on the course, as most tee shots on the right half of the green will find the right side fringe. Only high, soft fades to the top of the slope will hold the right side of the green. Okay, nice. Oh yeah, definitely sloping this way, so we do not want to be on that side, as that's going to fall off the green. Nice looking tee shot. I don't mind this hole. Got some nice lighting. The planting here is, I'd explore more into things like grass and just cover up some of this ground area a little bit more. Terrible. Just awful. I'm gonna play some more competitive rounds after this, but I'm having second thoughts. Goodness. Game is horrible right now. Oh, stay on the right side. Oh, it did. And no, I'm going to take another bogey. All right. I think it's a course I could, yeah, like a lot of people could easily do well, really well on, but I'm just crapping the bed here. 13, a 283 yard. Oh boy. Okay. Par 283. Only an iron and a wedge are needed to get close. Best offered birdie opportunity on the course. The pin located in a large bowl in the green. Even mediocre play will result in a very makeable birdie putt. All right, so I see a lot of these holes. They exist in real life. I'm fine with them, but I don't know. I don't know. I don't like these short 90-degree dogleg par 5s or par 4s. They're so restrictive. It's just like, all right, well, I guess I'm hitting an iron, and then I'm going to hit a wedge. If you actually know how to play the game, unlike me right now, because then I have this garbage. And a massive green. I'm not, like, we're back to huge greens again, so. Green's too big. I'm going to hit it into this bush. Oh, boy. Okay. Terrible. Maybe one of my worst games at rounds I've ever had in this game. And then I go do that to save my par. Yeah, green is too big there, especially for the how short that hole is. But it's a type of design I see from a lot of newer designers, that 90-degree dogleg. It's okay. It's just, I don't know. I don't really like it. But that's just me. All right, the par 4 14th calls for an iron or hybrid off the tee to set players up for a wedge or short iron into an island green. Any shots finding the putting surface will leave a look at birdie. Looks like we have like an island green here. Okay. So again, I'm hitting hybrid. I don't know. I think for me personally, the driver's taken out of my hands far too much on this course. I just think it's the short nature of the course. I would like to bomb my driver a few more times. Let's take a look at this little island green. This is a nice little setting. Not a terrible retaining wall, to be honest. Again, you get that kind of layer. Looks kind of weird right here. So you can avoid that by kind of doubling and tripling up your walls, which takes a while. But yeah, I like this. Get her close here. Oh, we're long. Jeez. Bad at this game tonight. Green here isn't too bad. Oh, I thought we had one. Those were some steep stairs at the back. Yeah, again, in and around the water here is nice. Tranquil, even. All right, the 15th is a par 3. Par 3, green at 15 is not difficult to find, but finding the correct tier is a different story. Precise ball strikers will be rewarded with a short birdie putt. Any errant shots will be punished with slope and elevation change on the green. Also, do your best not to break any of the cabin's windows, will you? Oh, we will try. The way we've been playing, who knows? Excellent. Excellent. This is framed really nicely. The tee shot is really nice. The lighting's good. That bunker is a more reasonable size. Good. I like it. And some little details in the cabin, like the pool and stuff like that. That's kind of neat. Sharp looking par 3 here. I like it. Can't hit the green though. Try to get it close. Roll it up there. We're in. Another par on a bit of a par streak. We had 2 birdies at the front, and then I thought we were going to torch this course, and we haven't had one since. Okay, the uphill par 4 is for giving off the tee. Save the long, thin bunker. Oh, here we go again. Lining the right side of the fairway. The wide fairway leads to a small undulating green. Birdie and bogey are both very much in play here. All right, so the fairway, pretty generous. Okay, kind of long, sweeping bunker. Just clean up some of the planting in here. But hey, I can hit a driver. Oh. All right. I would say, yeah, I'd say maybe for the designer to experiment a little bit more with bunkers. And basically green sites in general. I find they're a little bit inconsistent. We get these huge, massive green complexes, and then we get these little tiny ones too. So I would say depending on what kind of course you pick, choose a type of size and then try to stick with it as much as possible. Like I said, yes, you can have really small greens and, you know, a lot larger greens on your courses, but keep it reasonable, I would say. 2 par 5s to finish, I see. Interesting. Okay. Personally, I don't love the back-to-back par 5 finish, but that's just me. The first 2 closing par 5s, the 561-yard 17th provides a banked fairway to help hold your drive in the short stuff. Long hitters must resist the urge to cut the corner, as the large bunker at the corner will ruin any chance of reaching this green in 2. Once again, be mindful of large 2-tier green. Putting from the higher tier to the lower tier will cause nightmares. Okay, little dog leg here. Quite a dog leg. Well, I'm going to have to hit 3-wood. But it's short enough, we might be okay. But I can't find the fairway, so. That large bunker. Okay. Pretty kind of small, narrow and thin. There's not a lot going on. Kind of from here on out. Not much interesting. Try on par 5s to add something there. It might not be a hazard or just something interesting. Some sort of feature, but don't force anything either. Holy cow, this is a huge green. Okay. And yeah, if we were on that top tier going to the bottom tier, I don't even know if you could hold the green. But okay. Maybe prevents hitters from going for it in 2. All right, well, despite being in trouble, we were able to make birdie fairly easily there. As we roll on to the 18th, it says reminiscent of the 18th at Pebble Beach. This closing hole is a great time to stop for one last photo. Players have no choice but to take driver or wood and challenge both the water and the large fairway bunker. Assuming the ball is on the grass after the tee shot, players still might want to be able to reach in two. Even if they can, they may want to reconsider a long carry over water to the shallowest green in golf. Oh, he even put it in quotes. Oh, I can see that. Should encourage players to lay up or go for one last birdie. Matches can be won and lost on this final hole. See, I like... Yeah, there's some risk reward on this hole. Yeah, again, same bunker issue. Ooh, this is a knee knocker. A par 5 finish here. But we have calmed our nerves and put it right down the middle. It's a nice finishing hole. That's interesting bunk green. I don't hate it though. Ooh, boy. Yeah, we'll just hit it here. 199 with some wind. I don't think that'll make it. We'll just hit this. This will be long. Into the bank. Maybe some bunkers at the back there to catch these shots. Okay. Overall, I don't mind this finishing hole at all. Oh, a nice putt to finish the day off. So we start the round with 2 birdies, and we finish the round with 2 birdies, and a whole bunch of garbage in between. But overall, not a bad course. Again, if this were... I don't know if this was submitted to the TGC Tours database or not, but I would say this would be an approved course for sure. Definitely some big issues, and that would definitely be, let's, there we go, playing music. Bunkers, way too big, way too flat. I wasn't a big fan of how they kind of were sneaking into the fairway there, just that look of the heavy rough, and then all of a sudden no heavy rough, really inconsistent. Your green complex is all over the place, so some excuse me, some of them were huge. Some were really small, just a lot of inconsistency there. Some interesting holes, but there were a few that I didn't overly agree with. But overall, I mean, for, again, I'm assuming a newer designer, this is definitely not a terrible effort. I think there's a lot of good things that were done here. So sight lines were really good. There are some really nice holes, like that par 3, the 15th, I think, was a beauty. 18... I like the idea of, for sure. Some nice brave use of waterfalls. Planting around the water was really strong, I thought, but planting kind of everywhere else pretty much non-existent. So something the designer needs to work on is bunkers, green complexes, and planting, I would say. So thank you for giving me the opportunity to play it. And again, if you want your course critiqued, you can take a look at my membership options and see if that's something you're interested in. So thank you guys very much for watching, and we'll see you next time.